Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to No Cupcake Zone podcast. To be updated with the latest podcast, please go to Spreaker and follow and like my podcast. Please also go to iTunes and subscribe and rate and review my podcast. If you want to be on the show or want information on my exclusive media package, contact me at johnsonmarce@gmail.com. That's JOHNSONMARCE@gmail.com. Also follow me on Twitter at No Cupcake Zone 80. Thank you so much for listening. This is when twerk was really twerk. You already know what it is. Let me let this thing ride a little bit. This is for the 80s babies and the 90s teenagers. You already know what it is. If you don't know what this is, you are hidden under a rock. Hey, we got to keep it PG. But anyways, man, it's your boy, Triple BLACK, a.k.a. the number one stunner, a.k.a. the boss, a.k.a. dark hair, black suit, smoking a black and mild. You already know what it is, man. I'm excited as hell right now, man. You know, the reason I'm excited, you know, we got a golden eagle in the building. They're not actually in the building, but they're on their airwaves. So it's all, you already know what it is. But anyways, man, what's up, Denson? How you living?
I was good, man. I'm living, man. I'm back in Naples. I'm settled down. I'm trying to make something out of what's going on with me and my fiance. Currently got two kids, two young kids, and I got two additional kids from previous relationships. So right now, man, father of four, trying to get on the ground, trying to get into my little entrepreneurship, little venture that we got going on, just trying to make money. I started my own organic coffee line with me and my fiance. So we've been to the whole holistic approach and, you know, making organic products for people to live a better lifestyle and stop wasting money on expensive stuff that's not doing nothing for them. So that's what I'm dabbling in right now, man, working and just trying to grind. And I'm actually back out coaching, too, at the Gators, too.
Yeah. So you're making body scrubs? My girl is actually an esthetician, and she used to make a mean coffee scrub, man. Talk about your product, man.
Too, man. Yeah, we make coffee scrubs, we make foot scrubs, facials, shampoo, we making shampoos, conditioner, lotion. You name it, we make it all, man. And we're doing it 100% raw and organic, with the best vitamins and nutrients anybody can be putting on their body and putting in their skin. And we just go by the whole approach. If you can't eat it, why put it on your skin?
Right, man.
If you can't consume it naturally, why put it on your skin, man? And then that whole approach, like, me, Junior Denson, talking about cosmetics and makeup and making lotion, man, I would never imagine this, but yo, it opened my eyes up to something bigger. So like that's what my focus is. That's what I'm doing right now.
No, that's good, man. I like that, man. But so you're daddy daycare right now. It serves your ass right for all those damn tantrums that you used to fucking pull. So now your ass is karma, you know?
Yes, sir.
On the sideline, crying, going crazy. What, man? That serves your ass right, man. You got food now.
Yeah. Nobody never knew what that whole me throwing tantrums in football came from, besides being a big baby. People didn't understand, like, yo, only reason why I played football is my uncles and my mom, they made a compromise with me. They said, listen, we tired of you fighting everybody in the projects. You can go play football, and when the whistle blow, until you can hit people as hard as you want to, and you're not going to get in trouble. I said, well, I signed up. When? Y'all serious? I ain't going to say nothing. No matter what I do, man, I was hooked. So they told me I had to hit somebody and not get in trouble. So every time you see me on the football field, man, it was just me being extra passionate that I got a chance to go out there and just, you know what I'm saying, be able to go 100% full speed all the time, not hear nobody say, Junior, stop. Junior, don't do this.
Okay.
It just me being wild.
Hey, talk about the transformation of you wearing an ugly number like 74, crying on the sideline, to toting the rock and being very effective.
Well, what it had came up was, y'all know, you have to look at this, everybody that's involved in the Gators and that played on that team. The whole aspect of it is I'm the baby of the clique. I'm the youngest kid out of all of us.
Yeah.
So the first natural position when I came out there to play football was, you know, I'm the smallest, I'm the youngest. They didn't know where to put me. And somebody, I think it was Tori Reese and her show, they was volunteering. And none of the coaches out there knew me, but they knew me from the projects. And they just told the coaches, like, yo, this little boy right here, bad. Yo, put him right here at nose guard. Put him right here in front of the center. And he's gonna hurt somebody. Just leave him right here. And that's where it started. They gave me 74, and I grew up playing nose guard. Like, that's what everybody knew me from as a kid, that nobody could block. Always getting sacks. Like, you know, I average about, everybody, it's not a lie, I average about 6 or 7 sacks a game. When we played Pop Warner. Yeah, every play I'm blowing up the center. You couldn't snap the ball.
Yeah. Now, I remember, man, but when you wasn't, you know, going crazy, you know, and your mama trying to calm you down on the sidelines, you were, you know, getting busy on the field, man. You were getting busy, bro. Yeah. And you were the person, man, I swear to God, dog, if you do the 6 degrees of separation, you might be related to everybody in Naples, Florida.
That's what people don't understand either. Like, yes, that's the craziest thing. That's why a lot of the things that happen with football and life with me is because I have so many cousins. I'm related to so many people. Like, I never wanted to play football. Everybody don't understand the tantrum on the sideline I'm throwing is me and my mom fighting. I quit practice. I quit football every day. I used to take off my equipment and say, I'm not playing no more. And everybody could tell you that play was my mom would chase me down, run me down, pick me up, and put me right back on the football field. She has my MVP of my Mighty Mighty years. The coach gave, he said, listen, we wouldn't be half the team if it wasn't for Junior's mom, so come up here and get our award. I promise you. My first touchdown I ever scored, matter of fact, we played a game in Lehigh, I remember one time, and one touchdown I ran, my mom was on the sideline, running the touchdown right along with me. I just had enough, you know, like that was another outbreak. So what y'all seen was really Junior and his mom were going off on each other in the middle of the games and stuff.
Hey, so talk about, when did it really click for you, man, in football? Do you remember a year or a moment?
To be honest, the first snap I played football is, if you go into the history of who my family is, all right, I'm related to Charlie Bird, Tyler Bird, Henry Thomas, Sweet Pea, Rodney Rogers. You got Dwayne Mobley, Mark Pearson. We got Anthony Phillips. You got how many more of us? Clint Mobley, Cliff Mobley. How many more can I just sit there and say? There's just so many more that I can keep going on. And then we have a family that's all over Tampa. That's good. That's in Georgia and all these other places. And then on my father's side of the family, we're related all of Denson's got all types of records in Florida. So I could not escape football. Everywhere I went was football, football, football. Every family function, everybody got football.
Yeah, man. I remember growing up, one of your uncles was at Sweet Pea. He was a pretty good, talented player out of Laley, man. Where did he end up?
Oh man, speaking of that's my biggest inspiration in football is my uncle Sweet Pea. He ended up his senior year. He led Laley to the first appearance in the state championships from any high school was I think the '87 Laley team. He took them all the way down to the states, but I think he broke his leg before right before they played. I think it was Live Oak, Swanee, maybe back when they used to be a big powerhouse. So he had broke his leg his senior year. He ended up going to Alabama and playing for Sanford, where he had to change positions. Yeah. He was always a running back at Laley. When he went to college, they switched him to linebacker, and he balled out. He was All-American, getting ready to take it to the league. Something happened to him his senior year with his eligibility where Terry Bowden, I think it was one of Coach Bowden's sons, messed up his they did something to his red shirt where they put him on a meaningless kickoff in the game and didn't know that started his eligibility for his clock. So when his senior year came around, he thought he had a red shirt senior year, and then his time was up and expired. He had to walk off the practice field, and that's what happened to us senior year.
So he played at Alabama or Sanford?
He played at Sanford University in Alabama.
Oh, bro. So Jimbo Fisher, I know coached there and also played there. Did he play with the years Jimbo Fisher?
I think he might have been a coach, but it was I'm trying to remember who's Manny Morgan from Naples. He's playing. Their head coach is one of the Bowden sons.
Yeah, Terry Bowden. No, I know Jimbo Fisher is from that whole Bowden tree, and he was a graduate assistant at Sanford.
During those times
with Terry Bowden.
Matter of fact, I think he might have been a defensive coordinator. I have to ask my uncle too, because I think that's how he's tied in. It was one of these coaches that are really famous that was pushing for him to do more than just be like a Division NCAA linebacker. They saw real potential. A lot of teams overlooked him because of how short he was. But as far as his play, everybody kept telling him 3 or 4 more inches, you in there, man. He was balling like he should be there.
So he was your biggest influence growing up?
Oh yeah, man. Every time, as a man, when you're looking for like an inspiration, it was him. I always watch him come home. Every practice, he's sweating, he going hard, and like everybody always talking about him. And he always invested in time. And me, as being his nephew, he always took time out. And to this day, he always take his time out, come see about me, come check on me, make sure I'm all right. Yeah. Like, he was like a second father to me. So every time he was doing something in football, I was like always following behind him, watching everything he was doing. And then my uncle started having his success at Lady too. When Shay started playing football, I'm always following behind Shay. And then it went to DeMar, and then with Clinton, and then to all the boys that was in town. I just started following everybody. I started becoming obsessed.
Yeah, that's crazy. Your uncle was my nephew's football coach this year, the Laley Trojans. It was crazy. I got to watch my nephew throw his first touchdown pass. He was starting quarterback, because the starter got hurt, and that was, that's the 6 degrees of separation.
Yeah, man, it all functions. And the whole thing about the Gator program is what a lot of people don't know is Charlie Bird's mom is my grandmother's sister. Like, they all came from Georgia. Like, our whole family moved down here from Georgia. They had 13 brothers and sisters. I think 6 or 7 of them ended up coming down to Florida. Another 6 stayed in Georgia. Well, Charlie Bird, his mother is the one who helped found and start the Naples Gators program with the Police Athletic League. They're the one who started PAL, and they're the one who got the blacks and the whites to start merging together in Naples and started playing youth sports together, because there used to be a separation of black and white. during that time period. And they were the ones who broke the color barrier. My mother's actually the first black cheerleader in Collier County.
Wow. Man, you come from quite a pedigree, because Charlie Bird, this is way before everybody, in Southwest Florida. I heard he was the man. Yeah, he was the man around here.
It wasn't, and it was known. It was just not him. It was we had another cousin too, and they were paired together. His name was Nate, Nate Nathaniel Phillips, and so it was Charlie Bird and Nathaniel Phillips, and then they also had another brother who had came down from Georgia. He would play ball in Georgia. It was basically them three. They were making a name for themselves down here, and so everywhere we went, and when people found out who we were, they, it was automatically assumed that we had to play some type of sport. That's all they knew, that we were athletes.
Yeah, man. So the '96 Gators. I mean, before we get into that, man, talk about some notable players, because I know you got a good memory that you played with and grew up with. Like, you were like, dang, this guy right here is for real.
Man, I think this is one kid that he's from Fort Myers. His name was Deontay Thompson. Deontay Thompson and Mike Thompson.
Yeah.
Remember, he was number 5 for Riverdale.
Number 5?
Your senior year, he was the running back.
Now, I remember, they had some killers like Philip Buchanan. There's this one guy named
Philip played for Lehigh.
Yeah. I'm talking about Pop Warner. He played for Riverdale. And,
that's the killer, man. We could not stop him for that was our limited growing up. I always thought that kid was the best thing I've ever seen in football. He ran so hard. Like, to me, I'm the type of person that says, no matter what age level you want to compare to actually who I ever seen, I'm going to tell you at the time period, when I was on the football field, I always felt like I was the most dominant player. I'll tell you when I felt most insecure on the football field, and that's the kid he's the only one who ever made me insecure on the football field, ever.
Who?
This kid, Lamar Thomas, I remember him breaking out of a running time and me beating in the open field, and he ran right through me, man. I've never had nobody do that. I was just looking like, oh, it's time to go back to the drawing board on this. Yeah.
They used to have some killers, man. I remember this one cat named Maurice something. He was he was around my age, but he was like number 34 for Riverdale. Dude was the truth. Bro. I wonder what ever happened to him, because he was Philip Buchanan played, but and a few Buchanan was good, but this guy was on another level.
Man, come on. I thought Philip was.
I think we lost Junior. Hold on a second. We had lost Junior for a second, but he's still back. We were just talking about Riverdale Wildcats. We were talking about Philip Buchanan, and you were talking about Deontay Thompson.
Yeah, I think that's his name, Deontay. The thing about Philip played a year ahead of me. Philip played against Tyus and Chad and against James Cody and all them. I was younger than them.
Yeah, no. That was my age group.
Yeah, that's your age. Remember, I can tell you, I'm almost 3 years younger than you. 3 or 4 years younger than you.
Yeah.
So, him, that's my age group. The people that y'all think I competed against, I didn't play against. It was a different cast because I didn't play on the young team. I started playing on the seniors when I was 12.
Oh, okay.
I was supposed to be playing the Pee-wees and the juniors, and I was too big to play on those teams. I had to play the seniors.
You were a little too big.
Yeah, I was too big to play on the teams. I didn't play the whole time I played on the Gators, I didn't play with my age group.
Yeah. So name some players that was in your age group?
I think when you look around, I say I'd like to name my teammates, man. I give them more credit than anything.
Who was?
To me, I think the most potential of any football player I've ever seen is probably Bruce Gordon. Man.
Bruce Gordon? Yeah,
Yeah.
BG was really good, man. He was like one of those players that didn't really have a weakness. He was multi-dimensional because he could play running back. He was a dynamic receiver. He wasn't like super fast, but like his route running and just being able to go up and get the ball was like second to none. He was a really good athlete.
I always watched him, like, ever since he was a kid. I remember he played a year under me. We're actually the same age. Like I said, because I was bigger than I always had to play on a different team. But at that same age, I was watching him all the time. Him and Dwayne, remember K-Ron.
Yeah.
They had a whole squad. Stanley, all them guys. Actually, that's the group that came and formed the nucleus of the Naples High offense. When you fast forward a couple of years, those players in that age group is what really started the trend.
Yeah.
From the team in '96, you take 3 players and you see how these 3 players actually change the dynamics of football and in sports in Clark County. What people really didn't understand about that team in 1996 is the 3 or 4 football players, Kennard St. Tim, Junior Denson, Dwayne Coleman, and Stanley Bryant. They were some of the best athletes, and just not Naples, but look at retrospect in the country. We went to nationals in basketball and football in the same year.
Oh, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and we had only been playing basketball for 3 or 4 weeks, and we went to AAU, played in the National Championship.
Yeah.
To play against Tyson Chandler, who's still playing in the NBA right now. Eddie Curry. Like we saw these people when they were 13, 6'8", 6'10", walking in the gym. We 5'9" and 10. They had to rethink a basketball career, quick, fast, hard.
Oh, you guys played against them. Wow.
Yeah. I'll tell you the story. We're 13. We won in the state of Florida. And we thought it was hotness, and went to Memphis, and they had the opening ceremonies when they started announcing the teams, and we're looking around, and our college player is Gary Atkins at 6'2", and that's the point guard for most teams is 6'2".
Yeah.
Man, we had some trouble.
Yeah. Hey, so what do you remember the most about that national championship year?
The most thing I remember about the national championship team is everybody on there was brothers. Like, everybody was so close that there was no way anybody could beat us. It's the most dominant force that anybody could ever see, and it was the camaraderie we all had. Everybody was like, I'm going to tell you, brothers, we can tell you stories about 96 incidents like that. That team didn't have a movie or a show. Like, it was so many different instances that made us bond from no particular us getting in fights with people here in the city in Naples, us hanging out every Friday at Corey Morgan house. Like, we were always together. Nobody was always together.
Yeah.
And that was the secret why you couldn't beat us. If you mess with one person, you mess with the whole team. And
yeah. How did you guys keep it together? Because, I mean, I was a little bit older than you guys, but I remember you guys coming up. There was a lot of, things that happened to that, the whole Pop Warner system within the city. You know, you had a year where they split the Gators. It was the Blue Gators, and it was the Orange Gators. Then you had the Hurricanes come in. How did you guys keep that nucleus together through all that?
The whole politics behind everything that was going on with why the Gator organization split. It's politics in Naples, man. Some people started feeling a certain way. They started getting pressure from the outside because that one team that we were playing on, we started clicking. And everybody has always known that the Gators would always have a dominant senior team. Their juniors, their peewees, your junior peewees, they might be okay. But that senior Gator team, by the time the boys got on the scenes, everybody knows that's the team to mess with. They just got tired of the same team winning in the same conference, so they started coming up with allegations. There was recruiting going on, and they're pulling kids from this kid, and then inside the Gator organization, you had certain parents that like basically trying to bribe people for playing time. Parents fighting against this parent because their kid is not getting a fair opportunity. It even got racial to one point where people were like, listen, there's too many inner city kids that are playing on the Gators and our kids are not getting fair shots. We heard it all. And if anybody listened to the interview and saying it, it's a lie. I can tell you the meeting where it all went down. They had a meeting at Naples police station to talk about the separation of the teams and where they were going to divide the lines of being the Orange Gators and then the Blue Gators, and the division was the Barracks and Naples High School lines.
Wow. Man.
It was basically like whites versus blacks.
So, that year, you know, I had a couple interviews with Renal and Rationale. Can you tell me some notable competition? I know that year you guys only gave up 6 points, but can you talk about some players that you guys had to face, like that were notable players around here?
Exactly. They were so unnoticeable to me. Like I don't even remember them, bro. Like that would be funny. But yeah, let me be humble.
You guys played. You guys shut down Brandon Graham and Brandon Battles.
Brandon Battle actually played for Riverdale last year. It was Brandon Graham and Rock Eady. Remember Rock Eady that played running back for Fort Myers. But anyway, that was running back.
Yeah.
Brandon Battle was playing for. He was playing on Riverdale.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Rock Eady. I played against Rock Eady when I was in high school. He was a little running back, really elusive. Shifty. Yeah.
And Andre McGill, the quarterback, and then I think it was one of the Macintosh boys and a few more of the dudes we had played against.
Savaris Brown. That guy was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The year that we won was no kind of hazy because the 95 we lost our senior year. We were in the 7th grade when we beat them. They were already in high school. Andre McGill and all of them playing on the road. We were only in the 7th grade.
Oh, okay.
So that was the first year again. That was 95. We lost the state championship. Then we came back. And that's why we dominated everybody in 96. It was a bunch of 7th graders who lost in 95 and the seniors, and then the whole team came back in 96. And then had more players came up from the junior midgets that were good, like the Bruces and the Dwaynes and the Stanleys. They filled in the slots with some of our starters that had thrown off. And it was just that nucleus of kids that were like, yo, the motto that year was refuse to lose. Everybody bought in. The thing about it, everybody got hungry. Nobody cared who got the ball. Nobody cared what position they played. Everybody just sacrificed every single play. And you want to talk about dominating? Go back and look at the statistics of that team.
Right.
How many people got a first down?
What's impressive? It was the D1 talent that you guys had on that team. You guys had at least 10 players go D1, right?
Yeah, and then the next year was at least 8. Everybody that played on that team had at least, I say, out of the 30-something players that we had, at least 27 or 26 of them were Division I talent. Now everybody didn't go D1 because you've heard everybody else's stories of their grades and not being eligible, but the talent. All 11 of our starters in both offense and defense, everybody was Division I prospect.
Right.
Everybody at least was D. I mean,
hey, did Victor Cabral play for y'all?
No, Victor was actually a little too big. Victor, I think, maybe played another year. We were like 155. We were all skill players.
Oh.
Think about it. The main running backs in Collier County that the year when you're growing up, you're talking Rochelle, Absolute. Yeah, Daniel Pass, Renard, Joseph, Dwayne Coleman, Junior Denson, Bruce Gordon, you name it, all the running backs in Collier County. They all play on one team and they all play defense. You got running backs playing nose guard, linebacker, defensive end,
Right.
safety, all the running backs in the city that ended up going to different schools. They all played on one team.
Yeah. Wow. Whatever happened to that guy from Estero? I remember that guy was a pretty big hitter.
Charlie Gray.
Charlie Gray. Yeah, what happened to that guy?
Actually, I lost touch with him. They went to States when they got a little bit older. He paired up with his brother. His brother was playing tight end, and I think his junior year,
Yeah.
they had went played Kissimmee-Osceola in the state championship and lost to what's his name, Green. They ended up going to Florida.
Yeah.
They had broke records in touchdown.
Yeah, man. We're going to get into that, man, because Estero, they were always like the joke team, like in Pop Warner. And then all of a sudden, like when you got to high school, there wasn't a joke team anymore.
Open enrollment in Lee County.
So okay, we're not going to make any accusations, but all their star players, like you remember Adrian Hall, David Hall, Lorenzo Johnson, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, it almost reminds me of South Fort Myers. That every time I hear South Fort Myers, I think of Estero back in the day.
The same thing. They're one and the same.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
I think the head coach played on the team.
You talking about Anthony Dixon?
Did he play for Estero?
Yeah, he played for Estero too.
That's what they remind you of. You took the same formula, bro.
Hey, man. Talk about high school, man. Your freshman year, man. You were actually, when you played with me, you were a sophomore. Just talk about that, man. Talk about that experience.
It's crazy. I had to, but coming into high school, I had transitioned from playing my last year in the 2017 that lost before we went with the Nationals.
Did you play as an older lighter?
No, I'm only 14. I'm real young. I'm supposed to be a year. Actually, my birthday is late. And I'm real young, so I'm not like a catch-22. I'm younger than everybody, and I'm in school, starting school before everybody.
Okay.
So that's where I'm at in that situation. It's like the way Bruce and I'm there a year. We're all the same age, but they're a year behind.
Yeah, but when you came into Naples High, were you did you play for the Pal Gators or did you play freshman football?
This is the story of why I had to play for the Gators. When you back it up, I was playing nose guard on that team, and the start of the season, I was the other running back. I was playing quarterback. I was playing quarterback in '95, and they had switched me from quarterback. There's a little argument that happened between me and one of the offensive coordinators, and he went from, after I had hurt Rob Richter, I had messed up his shoulder, so they was like, yeah, you're going to replace Rob. Since you hurt him, you're going to be our quarterback. So they had me at quarterback for a week, and I guess Coach Bill was like, yo, he was trying to do it to be funny, but he didn't realize, like, I don't really know how to play quarterback. So he was like, all right, enough of this. Let me move him somewhere else. So then they moved me to running back, and then it became a competition between me and his son, and he moved me again and just left me on defense. They told me they were not going to let me run the ball as long as they were the coaches for the Gators.
Wow. Was it Byington or another one?
It was Barney. Byington was like, he didn't have too much say, so he was over the defense, but it was really Barney. Barney used to always say he never liked the way I run and I made too many moves and this and that. It was a personal thing. Me and his son used to get into fights, and it was just one of those, I'm going to be a nuisance to this kid because I don't like him. So that was the whole thing. It started people from actually getting a chance to know that I could actually run football.
So, back in those days, were you guys still running Wishbone or you were running Power I?
I was running Wishbone, same Gator formation.
Yeah?
When we went to that, after we had won, when we fast forward, go back, and you're talking about the whole allegations of Renault's freshman year, Chanel's freshman year, we're getting to go to high school. That summer after we win the national championship, we were all in summer school, and this is the whole thing about the recruiting story that we can go ahead and list. You said no cupcake zone. Let's come keep it real. Let's tell a real story about the whole recruiting shit that happened.
All right, man. Let's go. Let's go.
Get to the meat and potatoes. There's no way it can be some.
Bust some shots.
So let's just look at this. All right, we all know that in 8th grade in Carter County, all the middle schools students got two choices. They can go to middle school. They go to summer school or they can't. And the option that you give to them in summer school is PE and something else. So is it a coincidence that there just happened to be this coach in his summer school PE class, he got 5 or 6 football players from the Naples Gators?
No.
A coincidence, right?
No, hold on. I didn't hear what you say. You got to say that again.
Okay, all right. In summer school, classes are divided up. We're taking PE. We're taking it for summer school. We're 8th graders transitioning to high school, trying to get our summer credits for high school, right?
Right.
Now, you remember back in the days, everybody went to the summer school during summer. Well, we had an elective to take for the 8th graders going into high school where you could take PE during the summer. Well, majority of us just so happen to end up in Coach Tanner's class. Let's keep it funky. Keep it 100.
Shots fired. All right. Let's get into it.
So, the whole thing was after we won the national championship in '96, we all met in one room.
You got.
Yes, bro. Yes, they need to come keep it clean 100, man.
So, hold on. We're busting shots again. Too bad we're on Skype. But say that again.
In '96, after we won the national championship, we all met in a room, like the whole football team. We was all sitting there. We had a celebration that night, man. It was one of the wildest nights any kids could ever imagine. The accumulation of that night, at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, at least 20 of us were in one room all together talking. All of us. You want to tell the stories about the stinking finger that Dwayne gave to Derek Walker for him to smell? We talk about stories of what girls we met from the United States that we was all chilling and hiding in each other's rooms and we was living a life. That's why everybody understand that whole stigma of us seeing that to the level that we saw. That changed our life when we went there in '96. People was treating us like we were royalty. We had this and that. It was a feeling that nobody wanted to let go. So we was all talking about how do we keep this feeling going? How do we keep everything maintained?
Wow.
We all got to play at one school. How do we get to the school? We was all talking like this in the room, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Y'all keep it 100. And we grown. And people are not going to get arrested. And people know the truth. They know the truth.
Hey, this is no cupcake zone, so you already know what it is.
The Gator coaches and their staff put together a proposal to be the head coaches for Naples High School. Their whole thing was that they were going to try to get the majority of the '96 Gators to come to Naples High School and change the landscape of football.
Wow. So there was a plan to out Bradford.
Yes, it was always known, and that's why I didn't play. That's why I didn't play at Valley. That's why I went back and played at Pop Warner. Because I'm going to tell you what ended up happening. As Coach Bradford was meeting with other people, I started noticing, we were all going to workouts. I won't get and start telling everybody who said they was going too lately. There was enough people to remove and understanding that that's what we were going to do.
So you guys had already predetermined that Laley was going to be the school?
We were all working out. And I'm going to just tell Ronaldo this, man. He left me at Laley there to answer questions. Rodney Francois, Derek Walker, and all of them, when he left, everybody was junior. Where your boy at?
Huh.
Because we were all working out together at Laley. He just stopped, didn't show up one day, and nobody can get in contact with. Whatever was this and that. And
wow.
Summer school, the PE, and this and that, and we're all keeping 100, bro. We had a conversation one day. He was like, bro, do you want me to talk to Coach Tanner? I said, no, I'm straight.
So,
what they get me to do, man.
wow.
They don't,
Damn.
They don't eat. They showing film in there. Watching film in the film. I was watching film in the middle P class. When Miss Golden was substituting overlooking the class, he had different football class. Coach Tanner was breaking down the term like Coach Tanner was basically sitting back there pitching recruit offers and shit in his office. He was just, I don't say he's pitching recruit offers, but he's showing everybody what Baird has to offer. What is that telling you? What is that?
So I thought this whole time that it was Barron was the destination. So you mean to tell me that Laley was supposed to be the school?
And that's why he was getting pitched and getting punched in the game. And everybody's like, oh, man, y'all some traitors. Because remember, I went to Naples. I had to hear from the people from Laley, too. Because we were all on location. We was all at Laley. We were all with our names enrolled as Laley at freshmen. We wanted to go back and check us. We were all in one spot. Then he ended up going to Barron. Coach Bradford and Coach Mouton came. You can ask Coach Mouton when you see him, but I'll tag anybody in the story. He came up with me. I was playing wide receiver at Laley. That was the position I was going after. I wanted to play wide receiver. They had a senior that was playing in front of me, and I was getting the reps behind him like the first week. We had to just run them pass skeletons, just playing around with that.
Well, they had Chad Desir back then. I remember he was a monster.
Yeah, but it wasn't Chad. Chad was another kid.
No.
And anyhow, Coach Bradford, Coach Mouton, they kind of called me in the class, and they told me, they're like, listen, we know exactly where you live. You forget your sister is actually enrolled at Naples High School and taking classes at high school. So how are you here enrolled at Naples High School and your parents live right down the street in Naples? And Coach Mouton just said, Junior, if you step foot on the football field for Naples High School, you put your whole high school in jeopardy. Your whole high school career in jeopardy. This thing is going to get ugly with y'all boys. Y'all have no idea. They were already talking. That's what he don't know. That's what I was like, great. Administrators and everybody who had already was talking and monitoring what was going to happen.
Wow. I was drinking some beer, but I've just switched to tea. Let me take this all in. Anyways, man, this is no cupcake zone. Some serious shots just got fired. But anyways, man, carry on.
Don't listen. Hold on. Let me set the record straight. These are my brothers. These are my homeboys. I think you like chill with them 100%, bro. I don't want nobody getting mad. I don't want nobody saying nothing. But if you tell the story, you got to be 100. That's the only way you can ever put this, whatever demons everybody facing by, put it away and tell the truth. Can't nobody get in trouble for you saying, hey, I did this, or I didn't do this, this how it was presented. It's okay, man. Some people say, oh, you ratting on people. Like, no, you as a kid getting put in a situation that you had no idea. We were all being manipulated.
Oh, absolutely. No, it's just I'm just fucking around for fun. Nah, hey, we understood. And we had that conversation on my last podcast and stuff like that. There was a lot of shit that was going on, especially with Renal. He was a 16-year-old kid or 15-year-old kid, and a whole bunch of bullshit was going on with some adults that
stupid in Clark County. That's right. We were all brothers. All like close friends. So every time they were saying something about Renal, it was breaking me down. Like, y'all don't even know who this dude is. Y'all don't understand what they were telling us. Y'all all coming at us. We're kids. We don't know what to do. We just want to play football together. That's what I thought. And to me, the whole thing was we were so close. Like, that's all we were talking about. We really thought we was brothers, man.
You know what's crazy? The crazy part about it is we wouldn't even be having this conversation if it was 2015 because you got school choice. You can go wherever the hell you want to go now.
Oh, man. Could you imagine if that team would actually said we were going to go to one school? We always talk about this. it would have been a revelation about who we were. I told you, that's the whole 96. If that whole Gator organization, if they bring back the whole principle and the foundation of what we had as kids, the whole thing, it's right here in Naples.
Yeah.
You look at statistics amongst our demographics. First of all, you just break it down to black people. You look at Naples, amongst us, amongst Haitians, Jamaicans, black people, we have the lowest crime rate, murder rate against each other anywhere in the world.
Right. Hey, Junior, I'm going to take a short break, bro. Short break, okay?
Yeah.
Hold on. We back in the building, man, bro. That was a little bit to take in. You know, they said there's a couple sides to every story. You know, we just heard another side, but you know, it is what it is. So, your freshman year, man, you know, you had to go through all that shit. So, how happy were you? You know, along with everybody at Naples High to see Bradford and that whole regime out the fuck out of there.
Oh man, I had the pom-poms, I had everything boosted. As soon as I left, remember I'm at Laney High School at the time. This is all going down where he gets fired. He gets fired. It's no more than like a week later now. I transferred and leave Laley, and I'm back at Naples High School. I walk around the halls. I'm in limbo like everybody else. I can feel a buzz that something getting ready to change. And at the time, I'm sitting talking to my parents like, yo, I'm not trying to stay at Naples High School. Get out at it.
You were trying to leave Naples?
Get ready to go to Bears. They don't know that.
Wow.
Yep. If Coach Kramer never came to Naples, I was getting ready to go to Bears, or I was getting ready to go to Tallahassee with my uncle. I was thinking about doing. But then get up out of Naples.
Wow. That's crazy. So you came in that spring. Did you play spring? Yeah, you played spring football with us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It had been the whole spring that gave me an experience. I was the kind of kid that out of all of us that are going to talk today, I'm the one who had the most self-doubt ever. And it's crazy as it seems, everybody thought I was talking. I didn't think I was good. I didn't think I was better than Rush, Ronaldo, Dwayne, none of them. So it was like, it was crazy when I run football. In 97, I was forced to run the football. And everything started clicking. I started realizing, hey, I'm bigger. Like, I literally started looking around at people my age group. I'm bigger, I'm faster, and I'm stronger than all y'all. When you put me with my age group, I was the biggest and the fastest, and I was the strongest. So that gave me a confidence. When I went into Naples High School, I was like, I can play against y'all. I've been playing against y'all since I was 7 and 8 years old.
You know what's crazy? I do remember that spring because I remember, you know, I was a little bit of a knucklehead. So going into my senior year, man, I always played spring football. And I played my freshman year, but you know, let's just say I was Rosemary's Baby. I used to listen to Outkast all the time. You know, shout out to Tony Green, shout out to Green. You know, the Green Boys. And we used to be in the Chevy, you know, getting lifted. But anyways.
You ain't play football at Naples if you didn't get lifted.
yeah. But I was Rosemary's Baby. But when Kramer them came in, it was a whole different story, man. You know, with Bradford, it was just like a complete 180. I remember they had one good season my freshman year. They were like 7-3, but every other year they were like hot garbage. Huh?
Yeah, remember they lost the other year. They had lost to Bear when Clifton had scored a touchdown in the middle. Like they had beat them like 7-0.
Yeah. It was that was a really tough game. The most memorable game that I remember was Edgerrin James. Edgerrin James came and played
At Naples.
at Naples, and
And he broke out
Howard.
and Washington ran him down.
Yeah, Howard Green scored the winning touchdown, and Howard Green, boy, he caught that motherfucking ball like a basket with both hands, like just and just took off on their ass. Yeah, man, they won that game, but he was like the only player I can think of is Gronkowski. You know how Gronkowski looks so much bigger than everybody? That's how Edgerrin James looked. Like he had that big ass thing on his arm. Huh?
Yeah.
That one
when Auburn had gave him that arm brace.
Wow, yeah.
The University of Auburn is the one who fitted him for the arm brace.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, they wanted him to go there?
Yeah, they said that's where he got it from because there was nobody down here that was using like biomechanics or braces.
Right.
And the University of Auburn was the first person. So it was like somebody from the athletic staff that came down and fit him.
Yeah. It's crazy because he played 3 games that year, rushed for 1,000 yards, and he got, I think, like 150 just on Naples. So, he was just a man among boys. Like,
imagine you growing up, the one thing you hear is Herschel, Clifton, Means. You hearing all these names from Naples people. And the first time they showed me who Edgerrin James was, I'm like, that's not nobody that's supposed to be in this. That's a man.
Yeah.
People that get money, not your life.
Yeah.
He's a man.
Yeah, he got busy. Like, I'm talking about he was, but like his cousin wasn't a slouch either, and his brother wasn't. I remember Walter James used to be a monster too.
Jeffrey Walter. That's where Ronaldo had mixed up. Jeffrey is smaller than Walter. Walter was the big back from the locally.
Yeah.
Walter was about 6'2". He made men about 195, but it was Walter's height that made him big.
Yeah.
That made him like a big running back, but like kind of lanky. He had that almost, I want to say almost like an Eddie George body, but not as muscular, but he had that frame when he was rangy.
Yeah. No, he was big. I mean, he was big for back then. But anyways, man, with that the Naples High program was so garbage, man. Our weightlifting was garbage. Film watching was garbage. And then when Kramer came in, it was just a complete 180. And to this day, man, I went to college and played football. That program that Coach Dollar and that had us on was actually superior to my college program by far.
I try to tell everybody where I came from. When I went to college, everybody was impressed by the numbers. You go look at any freshman that leave out of Naples High School, a senior that graduates and they become freshmen in college, they're usually about the strongest, they're in the top tier of the strongest players on the team immediately as you walk in as a freshman.
Yeah.
Because their program is something else.
Yeah. Spencer Atkins went into the, I think, Miami program as one of the strongest. Yeah, and Pat Liebig went into West Virginia's program as the strongest player.
My senior, I was number 1 Bearcoot. Pat Liebig was number 2. The thing about Pat Liebig,
I was number 1 Bearcoot, the first number 1 Bearcoot. Y'all better get it right.
Original Bearcoot.
Huh?
Don't give them too many secrets out there. They don't know nothing about that Bearcoot.
I was the first number 1 Bearcoot. I remember. That's my claim to fame.
The number 1 bird in the history of Golden Eagles is Johnson Morrissey. Just say it. Go ahead, Johnson. Tell me.
Am I the number 1 bird?
You're number 1.
Was
you
an assassin.
You are. They don't know what that Bearcoot means. You're the first one.
Yeah, man. I was an assassin back then. But But talk about that freshman year, man. The image that I can remember about you, man, is when you broke out on this run. I think it was actually on the highlight tape. I got to get that. Where your shoulder or something went out. It's like you were running hard. All of a sudden, you just started holding your shoulder and running. You remember that play?
You're talking about Barry. My shoulder dislocated in the middle of the run. It was turned sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was it was like I think the first quarter we had played Barry and I had quarter 24 at the middle, and somebody had turned and hit me on my sideways, and then linebacker put his helmet right on my shoulder, and I felt it dislocate, and then it was dislocated. My shoulder was out, and there was no stability in that shoulder whatsoever. And I was just telling them, I told Coach Travis, I told them, ain't no way, hell y'all not letting me play this game. Y'all gonna give me whatever y'all got to do, and we better get 4 ibuprofen. Gave me a New Jersey, cut the one off on it, and we went back in the game. And then we ran the same play later on in the game, and I had broke out and went over the cornerback. When I went to raise my arm to get my momentum to come back, the whole shoulder just came out. And I was like, look, we're trying to win the game. You got to keep running. Just keep running. No matter how painful it is, just keep running. So I ran another 15, 20 yards with the shoulder dislocated.
Yeah. Damn. That's crazy, man. I was just talking about this one play with Rochanel, man. It was the first ever game. And this is how I knew Dwayne and you guys were, destined to be special. It didn't, quite work out in my class, but we kind of laid the foundation. I'll take credit for that. But anyways, man, it was the first play of y'all career, man. And Coach Kramer knew something at Port Charlotte's defense and sent Dwayne on a wheel route. And I know you guys studied that. You remember that play?
Yeah, no, this is the play to introduce everybody to who me and Dwayne Coleman are. Coach Kramer said, I'm going to put both of y'all in the slot. The only thing y'all going to do is run down the field and y'all going to score in the first play that y'all ever play in high school because there's nobody on the team that's going to score.
He did say that. He did say that.
He said there was nobody. If I put Dwayne Coleman on one side, I put Junior Denson. Imagine, we sophomores and freshmen, and Coach Kramer can see us said, y'all just run down the football field fast as both of y'all can, and we're going to throw the football in the air. One of y'all is going to score. They're not going to stop it. He told our football team, he told everybody, I guarantee you, on my coaching, y'all going to score. And we scored.
Yeah, I remember that. That's crazy. That was the first play of y'all career. Hey, you know what's crazy? When I found out later, you know who was on that team that we played?
Hargrove.
Yeah, Anthony Hargrave. Yeah, he was. I think he was a quarterback.
The quarterback. Now that you started saying, that's a freak of nature. 6'5", 240-something pound quarterback in high school. That ended up being almost 300 pounds. Defensive end for the Saints.
I sacked him.
Yeah, it took you in the Army.
Yeah, I sacked him.
Yeah,
yeah, that's crazy, man. What else do you remember about that year, man?
I remember, first of all, I knew Naples High was going to be something special, and I knew we had something special in Coach Kramer from that first speech he gave us when he told us he was the HCIC. I said, what? He said, y'all know what the HCIC is? I'm like, no. He told us he was the head cracker in charge. You remember that?
No, I don't remember that.
Oh, man, we were in the auditorium. He said, if you're accustomed to losing, you don't need to come out here for play for Naples High School. If you just want to go 500, if you just want to win homecoming, he said, if you just want to beat Barron Carter, please do not sign up for this football team. I got a 4-year plan to win a state championship. I'm not here to just win 2 and 3 games or 4 games and not be enough. They hired me to win a state championship, and that's what I'm going to do.
That's crazy. Coach Dollar, we didn't get a lot of interaction with Coach Kramer, which was kind of crazy because, when Bradford was there, we was always used to playing both ways. And, when Kramer came in there, he was just like, this is a college program, one way. One player might play two ways, but it's just one way. But most of our interactions was with Coach Dollar. And I'll never forget this. My whole boy Shad was with me because Coach Dollar just got there, right? So we were asking Coach Dollar where was his wife. We were just messing with him, right? So he's like, yeah, my wife, she's back in Oklahoma. He's like, what happened? She's like, well, she gave me an ultimatum. She said it's either me or football. And then me and Sean asked her, he was like, I said, so Coach Dollar, what you said? He was like, football. He laughed. He's like, looked at us like, do you think I was going to choose her over football? And this was like his wife. So we knew it was what time it was, man.
How many more Coach Dollar stories can you tell? He almost set school
man. That little spit that used to come out of his mouth was the funniest.
Those dick in the dirt, prom night. Man, we still heard some everything out there.
Defense, get the ball back, coach.
Yeah, boy, everything up.
Yeah, boy.
I think they were blessed, man. That they got the right mix as far as personality when that coaching staff to balance everybody out.
Yeah. And that's why I can't really understand how Coach Dollar they're not knocking down his door for him to be a head coach at some powerhouse around here, which is crazy.
They are, but you have to understand Coach Dollar's dynamic. For Coach Dollar, for somebody, and I hope Coach Dollar hears this, I would never, ever, ever want Coach Dollar to waste his time to be a high school head football coach. Assistant football coach, yes. Coach Dollar is a college head coach or NFL head coach, man. Like, why would you? Mm-hmm. He has that Bill Belichick. He's not meant to be somebody that you can put in front of a parent and sit there and negotiate while your kid ain't getting playing time because Coach Dollar will come because you're a bit sorry. That's what he ain't playing right now. You know, he ain't that right now in high school. That man needs to be up there with college where people understand, like, this is a business. This is what it is, and if you're not good enough to be here, then you need to find something else to do. I like Coach Dollar's approach. He's going to make you better, but you better be realistic about what you're doing. That's what he is. He's a realist. That's what people are missing. That whole coaching staff is realist.
Yeah.
Wasn't not asking them, but they know what they're doing in Naples. They're not going to try to break up there until they're already.
They know how to coach and they know how to have babies. You remember Coach Horn? Coach Horn got by like 8 kids, dog. He was there for 1 year, and I swear to God, it seemed like he was having a kid every month. Him and Kurskowski. Ryan Kurskowski, you remember him?
Yeah, man. These coaches, that's life. They're in paradise. Well, when you want to have kids, you out here coaching for the best opportunities, best facilities, best city. You got some of the best athletes at your disposal, man. They're kingdom right now. It's heaven for them.
Yeah, man. Coach Kramer had a gang of them, too.
Yeah, he got his 5. You in Naples. What you stressing about? You got the beach right behind your house. You go to the powerhouse high school. You got a beautiful wife.
Yeah, man.
Disposable income. You better have some babies.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. That my senior year, man, we had 3 straight shutouts to begin in the season, and we lost like 7 straight. But we played all the teams tough. There was the only team that blew us out was Fort Myers. Fort Myers, and they had Andre McGill, they had Corey Germain, they had Rock Edie, they had this little Spanish cat. Man, this guy used to be open all the time. Huh?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. His name was Roberto Longoria.
Yeah, and they had
Yeah,
Savaris Brown. They had like those the Keegan was his the twin brother guy. Yeah, they were pretty good. They were pretty good. And Laley had Rodney Francois and Jose Castro, and you remember they had a line that was crazy. They had Myron Gordon on there. Him, boy. Yeah, him and Kevin Dodd, they used to just... I remember we were watching film one time, and it was like playing a team that was like on a dirty field. All you see is a cloud of dust, and Kevin Dodd and Myron and that whole line pushing at the line like 10 yards, and you just see Jose Castro not even looking up, just has his head down running.
That's it.
Yeah.
That had me intrigued. Like when I told you I was at the league, I think whatever I would just stay put at Laney. Everybody would have had their own time to start. I could have been Wayne would have been at Naples, all over at Rationale at golf post. You know, I got that room spot like to play.
Yeah.
But now we're thinking about it, I wouldn't want to play with anybody else but Wayne. Like,
yeah.
We have the highest yards per carry of any two running backs ever. When you look at it, we're averaging 11.9 and 12.3 yards per carry between two running backs.
Wow.
We never got the ball like Rochinell and Ronaldo. We got the ball maybe 8 or 9 times a game total our whole high school career. So when you start really thinking about it, every time me and Wayne was touching the ball, every 2 or 3 carries, we're doing what? Housing it and putting it in the end zone.
Yeah.
And we got Bruce on the outside and had Kennard on the other side with Stanley, and then we had Joe Wise at a tight end. We were putting up points, man. That offense was just like crazy. We never got a chance to dominate. The only player that ever dominated anything was Wayne when he got a chance to be in the backfield by himself. Other than that, our yards per carry is better than any and everybody has ever played ever.
Yeah, dog. I know that year after you guys had like 7-on-7 and all that stuff. Coach Kramer changed the whole complexity of the program. Like, talk about it, man, because you had a quarterback that the year prior is Stanley Bryant that was wearing. He was the only quarterback with a neck roll playing linebacker.
Man, Stanley, I'm trying to tell you, the politics in Naples, you'll have kids not playing their position until they about down there 20 years old in college, and finally begged the direct college coach to say, hey, listen, man, in high school, they never wanted to listen to me. Stanley had one of the nicest arms you'll ever see on all the way back in the Gators. He was always supposed to be the quarterback at Naples High School. But with politics and all that, you got him playing tight end. You got him playing defense, and you got him playing all that other position.
Yeah.
Stanley could always throw and put it on the money. And then he was fast.
Yeah. But Stanley was one of those players that I used to thought they had the neck roll for decoration and shit. And then that year after, I mean, what happened, man? You guys just came out of nowhere and just start doing things. Talk about that year.
All right, I think it's the 99 year or the one that was actually in 2000 is the year. 99 is the year he took over the reins at quarterback.
Yeah,
it was just a revelation we had been saying since we were kids. It was like, y'all ever let us play how we play football in town? We play when ain't no coaches organized. We all say, hey, Stanley, you the quarterback. This person is the running back. We all play the natural positions we want to play. And when you let kids play the things they want to play, then how much better you're going to get, what you're going to get out of them. You're going to get the best football player ever. You got somebody that's playing with resentment, and that's all you saw was, all right, BG said, I'm not a running back. I'm still a receiver, but the whole time I played on the Gators, the only thing they wanted me to do was run the football. They wanted me to be the quarterback. I wanted to catch it and run it like Peter Ward. So he got a chance in high school to be Peter Ward. Kennard didn't want to run the ball. He wanted to be like Bruce, he want to be like Peter Work. He want to be like other wide receivers. Everybody got the chance to be themselves, and them coaches let us do that at Naples inside the system. So it was like, when people finally saw us on the football field, here's the revelation. You got these boys on the Gators who played in a system that they didn't like, but did it because they were all friends and they was homeboys and they had a bigger objective. Now you put them in a situation where they like what they're doing and you open it up and you're making it fun. You got the best football team. They're going to win states. They're going to dominate. You got the best football players in America sitting right here in Naples. Give them what they're asking for. They want to play a certain position. They want to play together. Homeboys, families want to stay together. Just let them do that. They'll beat Miami Centrals. They'll beat the Masters. They'll beat all these super powerhouses. These little kids in Naples. Because they're closer than any other kids anywhere in America. They're homeboys. They with each other all the time. They're cliques, there's big cliques of athletes that hang out in Naples. They don't even play on one team, and you'll see the revelation. They're the best of the best of the best of the best.
Yeah, man. Like, you guys, I didn't know you guys were for real, because I remember I went to a Naples High game right after I graduated, and I remember Kennard Santillo was just doodling on whatever team that he was playing on. And it seemed like every time you or Dwayne got the ball, it was just touchdown. But I didn't really believe y'all until the goalpost game against Barron in BG. Oh, man. I can't remember what cornerback was playing. Either one of the cats from Barron, but he just murdered the guy.
He did that to everybody. There was nobody. If you line up against in the 2-3 if you line up against Bruce Gordon and you say he didn't hit you at 400 yards, quit lying to yourself. Quit lying. When everybody's man lined up against, anytime he caught the ball in the open field, he made the first person miss all the time. And we knew that in 7-on-7. In 7-on-7, we had a game against Lane. We knew our offense was unstoppable. When every play, we just said, you know what? Just throw it to Bruce. In one 7-on-7 game, I think this man had 300-something yards. We ended up fighting against Lane High School because they couldn't stop BG. Every route he ran.
Who was a cornerback that he was just doodling on?
I don't want to put the man out there because he ended up getting a fight behind it and ended up taking the shot.
You talking about Laley? He was shit on a cat at Laley?
Yeah, we're in the middle of practice in 7. We fought Laley in a fist fight at Flushing. We got into a fist fight with the Laley football team. That's what the coaches don't know either.
Who's the cornerback? This is no cupcake zone. Fuck it.
It was one of the Farrison boys.
Oh, you talking about Johnson Farrison?
No, it was his brother.
Oh, okay. I don't know that cat. But
it was his brother. His brother was playing DB. He couldn't guard him, and there was somebody else that was top of him. Eric Forster was playing somewhere else too.
Yeah.
Every time he kept coming, he kept burning him. Like, it started to get personal. Like, he started pushing him, and I think he pushed him one play and actually tackled him. And Luke Dickerson came over and looked at he had blindsided the boy, and dude was like, after he's like, and he turned into a little melee when he broke up, the action between us, and he was like, when I catch you, I'm gonna blase tell you that, Luke Dickerson ain't going for that.
Oh no, he's an MMA fighter now.
Of all people, you finna tell this dude you finna do something to him.
Yeah, no, you ain't finna do nothing to him. That guy was a scrappy little guy.
Man, he was stabbing people. He was stabbing people in the football games. What you talking about? Man spikes in his pants, and you tackle him, and you start talking crazy to him, and you trying to hold him down in the power and talk to him. He's gonna cut you.
Yeah, man. So that year, you guys lost to Immokalee, right?
Yeah, I didn't play that year.
Yeah. So who the Immokalee had that was monsters?
Eric Dobson. Yeah, Eric Dobson. They had
Walter Campbell?
And then they had Walter Campbell, but they had there was another Haitian dude, he was like number 20. Matter of fact, he was an artist. This dude, he played running back, and then they had Waller Bellis. Bellis had quarterback. That Waller, they had the Gary Houston at wide receiver.
Yeah.
They had Kylie Simeon. They had him playing, I think, DB. And they had some other cats. I think Chris. They had some other people that was playing. I remember Brian. Not one of the Rowe brothers was playing.
Oh, so Brian Rowe or the older one?
The older one.
The older one.
It was William. They had William.
Mm-hmm.
They had their squad.
Did they have Macintosh Nicholas?
Nah, he was a year younger.
Oh, he was young?
He's in that 03, I think 04 graduating class.
Oh. Yeah, he's fast guy, huh?
He's the only person that like made Wayne look like he was standing still. And remember the last time you had Ronaldo in the year, he was talking about that 96 team, who was the fastest out of everybody.
Yeah.
Revelation, no cupcake zone. It's not Damien and it's not Rochinelle who was the fastest. Me and Dwayne both raced Rochinelle and Damien right after in 97 at the National Championship thing. We both beat both of them.
Yeah.
Damien didn't get over it, and he raced Dwayne in the bus loop at Naples High School. Dwayne beat him there. I beat Rochinelle in a track meet at golf course with an ankle brace on in front of everybody. So the people that y'all thought were faster than Junior and Dwayne is not.
Hey, there was this one white kid that used to be he used to be really nice at playing. I don't think he played for the 96 Gators. It's not that dude Jeremy Jellison. It's some other white kid, man. He was a running back and wide receiver. He ended up being a knucklehead, and I can't remember his name. He was, I think he ended up going to Barron. Some white kid, running back. He was in y'all class. God, the name. I was trying to remember what his name was. Not Jonathan Josephson. Another guy. Fast. Speed burner white kid.
Danny Dunford?
Not Danny Dunford. Danny Dunford was another guy. That was really good. The name is killing me, man. He ended up being some type of knucklehead. He always had a short haircut and shaved. I think he played quarterback for you guys for a little bit.
Jeff
the name.
Vervance.
Who?
You talking about Jeff Vervance?
No, not Jeff. Not Jeff Vervance. Jeff Vervance was a golfer. I remember him. Yeah. But the name. I mean, I got off track, but the name would come to me. But talk about that sophomore year, or no, it was your junior year, man. What notable players that you played against, man? Because I remember Fort Myers was still good, so you probably played against McGill his senior year. Corey Germain and all those guys.
Our senior was they reclassified and we went to a different classification.
Yeah,
so
but no, I'm talking about your junior year. Estero was a team to beat in that district, right?
No. Remember, our junior we lost in the three-way tiebreaker to
Venice.
Charlotte and Venice.
Yeah, they had that Trey guy that went to Auburn.
Trey
that was
Smith.
bad.
Trey Smith and Ardell Daniels. They had two running backs. It was a white boy and a black boy.
Mm-hmm.
We actually, that year, we were supposed to be district champs, and two plays, when we played Venice went on to win the state championship for 5 years. So this is how close everything is. We that close away from winning the state championship. They decided actually about, we could have had at least 4 or 5 state championships back to back if things would just work out. That year in 99, we're beating Venice.
I think we lost Junior.
Hello?
Are you back?
Hello?
Yeah, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. I thought we lost you.
No,
You guys were beating Venice. It was.
Yeah,
Do you guys play a half or a quarter?
No. This is during the regular season game. This is before we went into overtime. Before we had to face them in the tiebreaker.
Oh,
The
okay.
first part of the regular season, we beat Charlotte. Charlotte beat them, and then they beat us, and then we all got in a three-way tiebreaker.
Yeah. Deshaun Platt, you guys shut him down, didn't you?
Yeah, he wasn't the big play receiver that game. He was
Bruce Gordon, right? I mean, Bruce Gibson, right?
Bruce Gibson and Brett Seifert. They had a big fullback.
And then they had a good quarterback too. I forgot the guy's name.
It was Midget, but he had
Yeah.
Seifert. His name was something Seifert. He was a real athletic, short kid. And then they had a bigger quarterback that came out of it. That first year we played Charlotte. In the same scenario, Naples High School played Charlotte Dishes. Like, nobody had beat them in the regular season. In 6 years, they had won back-to-back district championships. When we actually went into Charlotte High School and we got off the bus, they fans was tailgating. And as we were walking into the locker room, they all came to see our football team, and they was all laughing at us, telling us that we had drove all the way up there to get beat down and ran off the football field. The first play of the game, their big fullback comes up the middle and Google popped and flipped him and made him fumble.
Who?
And that set the whole tone for the game. We ended up beating them 21-0. At the end of the game, we walked off the field. They stunned. Their heads down, everything. Their fans stood up in the stadium and gave us a standing ovation on the back of the bus.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. So who do you guys lose to that year?
We lost to Temple Hillsborough in the state playoffs.
Yeah.
We couldn't stop their offensive line. They had an All-American offensive tackle that was like 6'4", 320, 330. He ended up going to Florida, and they had 2 or 3 more boys that was like their whole offensive line was around 300 something pounds. Biggest high school football team I've ever played against was in '99, the Temple Hillsborough team. They were young men. We were trying to run ISO with me and Dwayne Coleman on their linebacker that were weighing 235, 225. We weren't doing nothing.
Yeah.
Some brick walls and we stood up.
That year, did you guys beat Estero?
No, we didn't play them. They were off the schedule.
Because they were pretty loaded. Because they had that Lorenzo Johnson guy. They had Randy Hand. They had Derek Morse. They had Clint Marks. And I think they had a receiver that was big.
Michael Rucker. You think that's
Michael Rucker.
That's in 2001. This is 99. In 99, those kids were like freshmen and sophomores.
Okay.
They were. That's the year. Like they came later in 01 when Dwayne and Senior they played them. It was like we had skipped and hadn't played them in 2 or 3 years, and that's at the time the whole tide had switched in Southwest Florida from them two historical programs dominating everything to Naples High now catching them, because in 01 was the first time Naples beat Estero and Flores in the same year.
Yeah. So you guys beat Andre McGill?
Yeah. Well, the 01 team in 2000 we never played. I only played against Fort Myers my sophomore year. My junior and senior year, they had switched. From Fort Myers and Estero got replaced by Bradenton Manatee and, not Bradenton Manatee, but Venice and Charlotte became the new teams in our district along with Mariner. We got Mariner and I think Cypress Lake or somebody else became some other team.
That's crazy. I played I remember that because I played in college, and there was this cat named from Bradenton Manatee, and the level of competition wasn't great. It was good. It was his name was John Booth. He was a quarterback. This dude, he ended up actually playing for the Chiefs and in NFL Europe. He played for Bradenton Manthey. The dude was a monster. Quarterback. Dominated the league. Huh?
That was pretty much started in high school.
Yeah. Hey, say that again?
I said, we had some decent competition. I think, for me, like, high school was one of those points in my life where it was real shaky. I never really understood anything and never really believed in my talent, so I got a little bit older.
Yeah.
Now, going to my senior year, I don't know if nobody had realized that. Like, the first 3 or 4 games, I never played my high school senior year. I had a break, like, tearing my ankle up bad before the first game and that even started. So my senior year was like, I only played it like maybe 6 or 7 games.
Did you rush for 1,000 yards your sophomore and junior year?
No, my junior and senior. After I messed my ankle up, those are the only 2. My last 2 years is the years that I ran 4,000.
Oh, okay.
3 games, I still came back using 1,000 yards.
Oh, okay. So your senior year, man, what was your record?
We were 8-2. We lost to Venice on a controversial 2-point conversion. They went on to win state 77-13. And that game, the game that we lost to Venice, Bruce Gordon gets suspended. He's not playing. I think somebody else doesn't play. Wayne doesn't play to the second half. So it's me and Kennard playing running back, and we stayed in the game with them up into the fourth quarter. 28 is 28-26, and we're going for a 2-point conversion. Stanley handed me the ball. I get the ball up on the 1-yard line, and a small scrum starts to pile up. I spin and turn and flip the ball to Dwayne. He walks in the end zone. They called the play dead.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was the game. Then 28-26, they ended up taking the district title, and the route that they had to take to the state, the one that went to the state.
Oh, man. That's crazy, man. So that year, what was the competition like? What were some notable players in the league?
Notable players that we played, I think, you look as Adrian McPherson. That was the best player that came out in my senior class. He was the best player in America, hands down.
Yeah.
We had to get film on Brady Mancy to play him. We had some film with Adrian McPherson. Also, from high school.
He played for Manatee?
He played for Bradenton Southeast.
Oh, okay.
And they were playing against Manatee, and Manatee had no answer for him. I just watched them dice him up, put their money, and he was. I tell you, the highlights of watching him play against them, crazy. I had never seen a quarterback do.
Pretty good guy.
They couldn't keep him in the pocket. He run their defensive ends and quarterbacks. That was dominant.
Yeah.
So he was the player that I seen. Then you had your Antonio Hargraves. He made it to the league.
Charlotte had some good players too, right?
Yeah, they had some decent players. I think when I went to college, I actually probably played against and had more people on my college football team that I watched go to the league than the kids I actually played against in high school.
Yeah, Richard Washington was like the number 1 recruit in the country that year, right? He played at Fort Myers, right?
Yeah, he's in a different class. My class is the whole class.
Oh.
It's like that's the whole thing. The people that came out of the O1 class that were supposed to come out of the O1 class, they didn't do anything because you're interviewing. You're interviewing Mendoza. You're interviewing Rationale. You're interviewing Junior. You're interviewing the guys that were supposed to do some real work that was supposed to make some of their class. But we didn't understand that it's more to playing football than just playing football. You gotta get grades together. You gotta have a plan. Your talent can only take you so much, but we can take you to a place where your character is going to be the place that has to keep you. You know what I'm saying? Your talent can get you to know if your character ain't right. Nobody ain't gonna be willing to deal with you. People ain't gonna go do an extra mile.
Yeah.
They need to have that story, that backdrop. We were so spoiled as kids in Naples. we never understood that, like, yo, these people are spending thousands, millions of dollars invested into this. We got to meet them halfway. You got to get up. You got to go work. You got to work in your craft. Us, we were just so talented for so long that we could out-talent everybody else until we were in college. And once you got to college, you had to realize business.
Hey, Junior, I'm going to take a short break, okay?
Okay, yeah. Hey, I'm about to actually go pick up a fiance, so that works out perfect.
All right, man. Hold on.